Hello and welcome to Clusters. Last time we left Paul and Barnabas being thrown out of the town of Antioch and indeed the entire region of Pisidia. From there they travel east to Iconium, a city that still exists today under the name of Konya, and then on to Lystra and Derbe, which don't. All of these places would be found in Asia Minor, the region we today call Turkey. As Paul and Barnabas visit these three cities, we see different reactions to what they have to say, and we see how the word of God unites but also divides people. Why does it do this? Firstly, at Iconium, they visit a synagogue and preach there, and many Jews and Greeks believe. They even perform great signs and wonders to prove the truth of what they say. Yet the city is divided, and those who are against them, both Jews and Gentiles, plot against them, and they're forced to leave in a hurry. When they get to Lystra, Paul starts to preach, and as he does so, notices a lame man sitting and listening to him. He tells the man to stand, and he does. But when the crowd see what Paul's done, they go a bit nuts and declare that Barnabas and Paul are in fact Greek gods come to earth. Barnabas, they say, is Zeus, the king of the gods, while Paul is Hermes, the herald or messenger of the gods. Of course, they don't want any part of this nonsense. They want to point to the one true God and to his son, Jesus. The last thing they need is to be worshipped as gods themselves. And so they rush outside and tell the people of their error. Paul's speech is simple and to the point, nicely summarizing the difference between these false gods and the one true God. Yet the crowd still want to make sacrifices to them, until some persistent Jews who followed them from the second Antioch and Iconium to make still more trouble, step in and turn the crowd against them. That's dedication for you. The crowd stone Paul, they think, to death. So they drag him out of the city, yet after the band of disciples gather around Paul, he's okay and gets back up. Is this a miracle? The narrative isn't clear, so what do you think? They return to Lystra, but the next day head off to the city of Derbe. Now, we don't find out a lot about this visit to Derbe, other than that they seem to enjoy great success while there. After Derbe, they head back to the cities they've already visited and spend time encouraging the new Christians there and appoint elders to those churches. Finally, after stopping and preaching at Perga on the way, they return to Antioch, the Antioch where all this started, and report back to the church there. Looking at chapters 13 and 14, was this trip worthwhile despite the hardship and suffering? Could it even be said to have been a success? Well, that's it for Clusters, at least for the summer. I hope you've got a lot out of these studies and have taken the opportunity to pray for one another. You can, of course, meet up over the summer to discuss the book Enjoying God by Tim Chester that's been suggested for our summer reading. You'll be able to pick up a copy at church very soon. So until next time, have a great cluster.